Hey y'all, welcome back to Madeittomedicine Medicine with Vix. That's me. I'm a second-year medical student at the University of Illinois College of Medicine on the Chicago campus. And I come to you weekly with videos about my pre-med term med school life, a little bit of everything in between. Of course, right now, all things are about step one because that's what I'm studying for. I've already deferred my first rotation and we officially went back to school today. That was a lot. Not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm a very regimented person, so I've been consistently getting up between 7 and 7:10 a.m., studying from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday for step one, you know, all of dedicated, and a little bit of January because that was like our pre-dedicated time. And so this morning we didn't have class until 10 o'clock on campus, but I'm like, I'm used to studying at 8 o'clock. So I left my house a little bit after 8 to head to campus and study before we got there. Inserting all these clips into the video. It's like a mini vlog-ish style video. So
well, after 8 weeks of dedicated, I am back in school. Arrived early so that I could do some UWorld questions before class starts. Let's hope I don't get lost in this basement maze like I did last time, which was like a week and a half ago. But yeah, dedicated's over. That just means that the time that I had solely to study for step one has come to an end, and now I have to find ways to study while being in class. This will be interesting. You will be updated regularly. Let's get it. Classroom again.
And then we had a class on death and dying from 10 till 11:50 a.m. And it was like talking about the difference between hospice and palliative care. And then there was a panel of individuals who work in hospice care. So a physician, a nurse, a social worker, a chaplain, and a volunteer. So that was actually kind of interesting to watch, or listen to rather, but there was at one point he told us to close our eyes for 2 minutes, and I just want you to envision, like, you know, what you think this is about. And that kind of took me back to the time in 2020 when my grandfather was in hospice care. I believe it was like June of 2020, and then he passed away. So that class to me, or that lecture, was slightly triggering because it forced me to think about my grandfather. And not that, I mean, like, I love my grandfather, right? But just thinking about his final days. But it is important as future doctors to discuss death and dying because it is a part of the cycle of life. And we're, like, all of us are going to encounter that at some point throughout our careers. So to me, that was probably the best class of the day. We had an hour-and-a-half break where I went to the cafeteria, ate with my friends, and then we came back for a class on trauma, and that also had an associated panel. And then there was a court case on, like, talking loud in the parking lot. Those, yeah. So since I'm still studying for step one, I had to be sure to get some studying done, right? Yeah. So this entire time of the day, I was making sure I was doing, like, UWorld questions, doing some Anki, and then, like, just trying to stay up on my step one skills, because if I'm on campus from 10 to 5:20 was class, like, that's good study hours, and I typically would study at 8 to 6, right? So I have to do my best to try to focus on multiple things at one time. But I think I'm going to make this a vlog style of taking you with me each day and just recounting how it feels to be back on campus, being back around classmates. It did kind of feel like a little reunion because I haven't seen a lot of these people since January. So legit 2 months. And yeah, so we'll see how this goes, but stay tuned, right? Week back, on campus for Block 8 Part 2, which is synthesis. And we're gonna just see where this goes and where it takes us and how I'm feeling by Friday, because I definitely want to take practice test Friday. Thankfully, I only have class Monday through Wednesday this week, so this will be a short vlog-ish kind of, right? See y'all tomorrow. Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. And I just got out of a class on health and illness in society, caring for immigrant and refugee patients. It was on Zoom, thankfully, because it was from 8 to 9:50. We don't have another class until 1:30. I have to go on campus for that, this docs. So I'm about to log on for Study With Me to review some UWorld questions that I did this morning. I went over some psych mixed block questions, well, mixed half block, and then the remainder of my pregnancy questions. I haven't seen those since block 7. So needless to say, that didn't go as well as I wanted, but that's okay. I'm just gonna review it. There were some things that I got wrong in the psych block. It was a Wilson's question, and I always forget what Wilson's is, Wilson's disease. So I'm gonna go over that again as well. Try to get through my question review, immunology review, so that after docs, I come home and I have tutoring for an hour and a half, and we'll just go over some immuno questions before doing more Study With Me and working out. So I just want to give you a brief update for today. I let you see me logging into class this morning. Thankfully, today shouldn't be as tiring and draining as yesterday, because I literally came home, worked out, and then I was stuck on my couch. I was eating dinner at 8:45 o'clock. Wait, 8:45 p.m. See, I can't even talk straight. I usually eat dinner around 6:45, 7. That's my tea, so I need to go get that out of my microwave. But yes. So hopefully today isn't as draining as yesterday, because I have things to get done. I need to submit my poster to my PI by the end of the day. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I just physically couldn't move. So there's that. Back at school, trying to get back into this routine. It's a little bit harder than I thought it would be, but we're gonna do it as always. It's gonna get done. Tired. Coming to campus for classes when I'm used to taking a midday nap is really throwing me off. Big time. Look at this guy. Are you gonna say hi? These are the people I call my friends. You won't even speak. Bye. Just set my timer so I can take my nap, because I'm exhausted and I need it. Catch y'all on the flip side to get up and study, get tutored, and then working out, right? Woo! Being back at school is so hard. Good morning, and happy hump day. I'm exhausted. I'm literally exhausted. I couldn't sleep last night, so I went to bed after midnight, and my alarm went off at 7. I said, give me 5 more minutes, girl. Give me 5 more minutes, because it just wasn't working. So I just finished my breakfast, and I'm waiting for the train to arrive. I'm probably gonna leave here in about, I don't know why I said about. I'm leaving here in 5.5 minutes. I'm so anal. But we have 2 classes, one at 9, and I think it's a wellness session. Well would have been letting me sleep an extra hour instead of having me to come in and telling me how to be well. On that front, I wish schools, institutions, businesses, when you talking about preaching wellness, listen to your constituents. Because we have submitted so many surveys saying look, this is what we'd prefer over sitting in a lecture telling us how we need more sleep or how we need to prioritize doing things for ourselves. Well, to do something for myself would not be sitting up in this cramped lecture room, but I gotta do that. And then I don't even know what the second class is, but I know it's 2 hours long. Then we have another class at 1:30, but thankfully it's on Zoom because I'm coming home and I'm taking a nap. Yesterday I tried to take that nap. I laid down, my eyes closed for 25 minutes and was awake the entire time. I think it's because it was well after typical nap time. It was around 4 o'clock when I laid down. That's not it for me. So I figured I had class at 12. I should be home before 1. And then I'll take that nap. And then during the next class, I will eat lunch, do some Anki, and then study some more. I'm like literally exhausted though. Like tonight, I might need to go to sleep at like 10 o'clock. I need to recoup some of my time, reclaiming my time. Video. He's annoying. Not here for it. We have to go back. I don't know. Who came to pick me up for our standardized patient encounter? Dude, are you kidding me? Look at the road. Don't look at me. He's absolutely the worst. Anyway, we have a standardized patient encounter this morning. A GU exam, a breast exam, and a pelvic exam on real life people, unlike in block 7 when we did it on mannequins. And I had showed y'all that on one of my days of Vlogmas. So I'll link that so you can see what I'll be doing, because obviously I will not be having a camera recording people's Netherlands. But I have not talked to y'all since Wednesday. I got home from class and I passed out. I've been so exhausted trying to go to school and study at the same time. Like, y'all, this is a hot mess. I do not know how I was doing it. Blocks 1 through 7, like, what is life? Having 2 months off to study and then trying to jump back in it is been a lot less than ideal. But oh Jesus, and this man can't drive. I don't know what he doing, Lord. So yeah, we're gonna do this. I had a conversation this morning with the PGY1 ENT resident at my school, and it was so great. She gave me some really good advice on step 1 and ways to alter my study plan, which was amazing. Then we briefly talked about ENT, but she was basically like, honestly, focus on step 1 first, and then you have so much time to get into the whole ENT realm. So that's amazing. Jesus the Christ. So I'm grateful for this ride, y'all. I'm grateful. It's a little bumpy, but I'm grateful for this ride. Okay, so I asked her if I could hit her up whenever I had questions. She said, yeah, you know, I'm always trying to make some connections with people, because like I don't know everything, and it's no need to act like I do know it all, because I don't. So grateful to have these opportunities, these experiences of reaching out and people actually like responding and getting back to me. So that's been cool. After this, I'm gonna go swimming. So like, I kind of want y'all to see me in the water swimming if Nolan will actually stay and record me for like a snippet, but we'll see if he'll do that for me. Will you do that for me, Nolan?
We'll see.
And he's supposed to be my friend. So, yeah, this was a week in the life of being back. You got some days, you didn't get some days. Thursday and Friday, we didn't have class, so it was literally just studying at home. I didn't think y'all wanted to see that, so I didn't record anything from that. But I did take a practice test yesterday, and y'all, I had significant improvement. You see that? So you don't have to hit it, because you ain't been seeing things. I feel like I got to be his eyes, too, and his other right foot. I made a significant jump on my practice test, and I'm so happy about that, and I'm so ready to like continue to improve. And I was just telling Nolan, like, if my scores start like jumping well before my exam, I would push that exam up. I would pay the money, even though capitalism, because why do I have to pay when I've already paid $660 for the exam in the first place? Like, this is quite literally dumb, but whatever. These are the rules to the game that I'm gonna just have to abide by. But I would pay that money to push that test up, because I'm trying to get this over and done with. First, one time, one and out, y'all. Like, one and done, we passing. All right, let me pay attention to the road as if I'm driving. Talk some. Oh, yeah, I see it down there. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Should have dropped you off.
Yeah, it's not that deep. How did today go, Nolan?
It was fine. It was good.
What did you like about it?
I felt more comfortable going into OB because I've been walked through the exam with a person who is, you know, knowledgeable about it and not going to be surprised.
Sounds great.
All right.
All right, Raven. See you, Nola.
Hi.
All right, how did it go for you, Raven?
Very different than what I expected it would be,
How was it different?
but it was great. I think overall, I don't even know how it was different. We went from mannequins, guys, straight to live people, and I thought it would be a doctor doing it, and we would like observe the doctor doing it on the patient, but no, it was our own patient teaching us how to do everything. So that's how it was different this time.
Thanks, Raven. Hey, Lily, how was it for you?
I thought it was really interesting. It took a really long time. It's a really long exam when you're learning it for the first time, but like once you get it down, it's supposed to take 5 minutes. One day it'll take 5 minutes.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair assessment.
I really appreciate the SPs too, because they did a fantastic job.
Oh, they really did. They were great. They were great. It's got in the mug today. All right. So my take is, I don't know if, I don't really know if OB or urology. Actually, urology is not for me, but I kind of would say that I preferred the male exam to the female exam. See ya. I guess it was like slightly easier. I'm not really sure, but the SP standardized patient, they made it so like normal. Like they were so good and easy like talking to us, which made it like comfortable to do. Cause to me, I would never volunteer to be an SP. I know they getting paid, but you're not paying me enough because it's just not gonna happen. Like, but it was kind of cool to actually see the cervix and see what they're doing down there, because I've had a pap smear clearly several times, and I'm not too sure they've ever really done a pelvic exam for me. I'm like, I don't remember these fingers, and I was like, y'all don't be feeling for my ovaries and going through my uterus. Like, you're not doing that. But yeah, it was pretty decent. This days like this, I really feel like a medical student. Like I feel like I'm a baby doctor for real, right, Raven?
Yes.
All right. On that note, thanks for coming with me for being my first week back at school, and I'm gonna go swimming and then we're out. Catch y'all next time.